Excellent. Okay, let's go. So I'm David, and I have cancer. It's a rare form of sarcoma. It's called undifferentiated pleomorphic sarcoma. And having cancer has without a doubt been the single greatest thing that's ever happened to me. Definitely been on a journey. I've been off on my own for as long as I can remember. And I got swept away by music. That's where I found my refuge and my solace, and that kind of was the journey. First things first, I'm a listener, musician, producer, good heart. Been troubled. I've always felt like I was at a loose end. I might as well confess this as well. In high school is when my bipolar disorder started exploding. So I can be flying and then just bottom falls out. It's scary. Everything is all over the place. It's anything but peace. It's also where I got some of my best stuff from. It's what gave birth to Love This Life. Music absolutely gave me a life. And it was the only beam, the only anything I had to kind of keep me somewhat on the rails. Here's where Love This Life comes in. I'd been running a record company. I went from running a record company to digging ditches because I just couldn't be, physically and emotionally couldn't be in an office anymore. But I'm 41 years old, no plan B. I exhausted them all. I had made a new record and I was obsessing, looking for what I was going to call it. I was a Burning Man, of course. So I was up all night doing what you do at Burning Man. And there's this broad expanse of sand. And over here, you got this going on. And over here, there's two people making love. And there's just all this. And for whatever reason, I just said, love this life. And it made sense. Love is the full life experience. So pain, adversity, joy. That was my place. That was the starting point. Right now, Love This Life means we're not guaranteed or owed another day. Hello. So I was having a really bad time with the alcohol and the drugs, and my legs would swell up. I was using and drinking so hard. So I figured it was no big deal. This one time, my right leg swelled up and it was abnormal how big it got. And my friend Russ came over and I lied down on the ground over there. I said, Russ, I need you to see me. He's a doctor. And he said, you need to go to the emergency room. But it's Sunday, it'll be quiet. And this was during COVID, so it was like ghost town everywhere. Here we go. And I go into the emergency room and they're all looking at my leg and poking at it and, oh, what's this? And they give me scans and I'll never forget. And she said, here, take this card and go to see this person. I look at it and it says orthopedic, whatever. And oh, great, here we go. And I go see the orthopedic and she's poking at it and it was the same thing. Here, go see this doctor. Musculoskeletal oncologist. Oncology. Great, here we go. And I went and saw this oncologist. Next thing you know, cancer. I don't know. It's scary, but I wasn't afraid of death. This is happening for a reason. It was a very peaceful, this is happening for a reason. So what happened is, went in, I ended up having a 7-hour surgery. The cancer had been wrapped around my calf. And when they got in there, it wasn't just wrapped around my calf, it was interwoven throughout. She got it. But there was some that got into the lymph node. And when it got in the lymph node, it was off and running. It was an exceptionally quick spread after thinking it's gone. And it went whoosh. So I have cancer right now in my lungs, my abdomen, my pelvis, and my leg. It was awful. So then I started chemotherapy, but it didn't work. The chemo wasn't working. Okay, well, we're gonna hopscotch over to immunotherapy. Great, wasn't working. I mean, it was bleak. Then they hopscotch back to chemo, but a different kind of chemo. And I think they added something to the chemo cocktail. And I'm not supposed to be here now, put it that way. But it started working, and I mean really catching everybody by surprise. The doctors call me a miracle man. And all of a sudden, for whatever reason, and I know this is hard to understand, but it made all those years, all the decades of all the emotions and the passion of the music and the gains and the losses and the disconnect, and for whatever reason, it was all the negative stuff wove itself together into this place of peace. And without any of those elements of adversity along the way, I'm convinced that this peace would not be. It was the adversities that made this what it is. Cancer has been the affirmation of my life's journey, that it was all actually headed in fate's direction. That's a good way of putting it. Cancer has fucking saved my life. Cancer is my gig. Mortality is my gig. This is my experience based upon my life's journey and how I've said, I've found my place. In sharing this with others, I don't mean for it to devalue or diminish the living hell they're going through having cancer or any adversity. I think this applies to adversity in general. Cancer is just one slice. Even if you've lost everything and everybody around you, it's not too late to rescue yourself. You're not alone. And as grim and solitary as it could feel, and you feel like you're the only one, completely legit, you're not. You can get help, and you are worth saving.